Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the Blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the NFT Catcher Podcast with me, Jenny from the Blockchain, and my co-host, Michael Keene. Today, first of all, it's been maybe a week and a half since maybe a little more, since we've recorded. So yeah, we've been, I mean, I guess I've been away. After Austin, I went to Wisconsin, then I went to North Carolina, and I just got back last night. So I've been on a roll, but we are here to recap Consensus and talk about our experience, which we haven't been to an event in a while. So we're excited to talk about Consensus.
Yeah, what's up? It has been, I think it's been like 2+ weeks since we recorded. Right? Because, well, what's today? Today's Wednesday. And we recorded that Sunday night with Cats, right? Was the last one we did was 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
so
May 27th. So
it's like 17. It's like 17 days. It's like 17 days. We let our fans down.
Well,
No, it's cool. It feels great to be back on and chatting with you. It's nice to see you. We did see each other at Consensus,
I
but
know,
yeah,
that was fun.
we took a nice long break. We actually have been slow in booking guests for this month as well. I think we're both in kind of summer mode. I think
we've been
feels
slacking, I guess you could say.
A little bit, but that's all right. We're not going anywhere. We're slacking a tiny bit, but
Yeah, we might. And then Michael has a trip coming up, so we'll probably put out less episodes in the coming month. But we're still going to be here. We'll still be putting out episodes, just not as often. So
hell yeah. So Consensus was incredible. I had the best time I ever had at a conference.
Oh wow!
I really did.
Right
I did not. I did. Well, I feel good. I'm healthy, and I'm happy, and just it was great. And I had a lot of friends I was hanging out with. We did amazing things, and I had the best time I ever had at a conference. I really did. Austin's amazing. Yeah.
Oh, did you like Austin?
Yeah, they're good city, good walking city. The first day, so I arrived Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And the first thing I did, I went to the conference, got my badge. So I was like one of the first people to get the badge. And then I walked and walked and walked. And I went to the Capitol and I ended up walking 14 and a half miles on Tuesday.
What the heck? Were your feet just sore?
Yeah, when I travel, a lot of times I'll try and walk a lot. Sometimes upwards of 10 miles, 11 miles. 14 and a half is a lot.
That's awesome.
I had some comfortable shoes on apparently, but yeah, it was really good.
It's a good workout too. Walking is the best long-term exercise you can do.
Totally. My Uncle Rocky walks every day. He's 95 years old. He's about to go to Seoul, South Korea. So
wow, okay. So my grandpa is 95, and he used to walk every day, but then he got into an accident and everything, and now he's in a nursing home. But he still doesn't have he's not in a wheelchair.
Right.
If you walk every day, it will do wonders.
You have to keep moving. Keep moving.
Yeah.
Totally. My Uncle Rocky's crazy. He stays in youth hostels. He travels on a budget.
Really?
He does a GoFundMe.
At 95?
Yeah, at 95 in shared dorm youth hostels. And the kids all love him. They help him because he can barely connect to the internet. You know what I mean? But he's been to 100 countries. He's the one that taught me to travel. When I was 18 years old, when the dad turned 19, we flew to Caracas, Venezuela, and spent the whole summer in Venezuela. Uncle Rocky took me there. I had no idea what I was doing. Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Rocky.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
He's exactly 50 years older than me.
Oh, so you're 45?
I'm about to turn 45. He's not. He's about to turn 95. I'm about to turn 45. He was born in 1929. So I was born in 1979. He was a teenager during World War II.
That's crazy. I don't know when the wars were, so but
It was in the
wow.
40s. It was in like 1942. Was 1941 was when they attacked Pearl Harbor. So Uncle Rocky was 13 years old or whatever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, wild. He grew up in Atlantic City, New Jersey, before there were like
Well,
casinos
tell him he
and stuff.
should have come to Consensus.
Yeah, that might not be his scene.
Not a scene. Okay, so because you got there before me.
Yep.
So what?
Yeah,
Let's start with you because you got in what?
Yeah, I got it. Well, I got in super early Tuesday morning,
Okay.
and like I said, I walked all around. I got my badge, went to Whole Foods, rented a house with Chris Jordan from Coffee with Captain and Hizzy. Hizzy's awesome, dude. I never met him before. Really great photographer. Really fun to hang out with. We rented a house together about a mile south of like Center City. So we like walked to the house, went to Whole Foods, walked to the house, settled in, and then we went to Katz's party. And that's where I saw you, hung out there.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. I did go a day earlier than intended. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove that day, Tuesday. It took me like 4 hours. Got there a little
Wow.
bit more actually.
You're a trooper. That's a drive. That's a drive. Yeah.
Went straight there, checked into my Airbnb, got ready,
Yeah.
and then headed to the event. I think I was so like, just kind of like frazzled from like, the whole road trip and that whole
Yeah.
day it was a busy day that actually at that event I forgot to pay for parking. So I parked and then when I came out of the event, it was pouring rain, right? So I run to my car, which I had rented. It's not my car. I don't have a car. But I run to the car and I see this like piece of paper on the window, and then I look down at the wheel. There's a boot on my wheel. And a boot on my wheel.
They
It's midnight.
booted
It's
your wheel?
midnight. And I'm like, oh my God,
Oh
no.
my
I was like literally like,
God.
no, please, why? But
You
then I was
should have
like,
called me.
why? Do you know how to take off a boot?
I would have helped. What did you have to do?
So then I just took the piece of paper off, even though it was wet. I could read that it was like, if you want to take this off, call this number. So
Oh
I'm
my
like, yes, please. Like, I need this
gosh.
freaking thing off. So I called the number, and I guess the guy was like already there. Like, he was like waiting for me to like call him and like.
He knew you were going to come out. Yeah, he knew. Right.
He was
He
like,
hasn't. That's not his first time. He
Yeah,
does
he's
it
like,
every weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways, it was $130. So rip to
Ah.
me. But that was the worst thing that happened. Everything else was good.
Oh my God.
So, and I told my sister, and she was like, "Oh my God, what a rookie mistake! You just
Yeah.
forget to pay for parking and you get a boot." So yeah,
Oh
they're
my
serious out
God.
there about parking.
I
Folks.
can't. We got a boot in the pouring rain.
I've
The guy
never
was just
gotten booted
watching the
before.
car.
Like I didn't even.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, what the heck?"
Do you remember the Simpsons episode where Homer got booted in New York City and he tried to drive with it and it was like ba-boom, ba-boom. Like
Yeah,
messing
it's like
up
what?
the
It's like do not drive like with the boot. Like
Yeah.
I was scared even getting in the car. I'm like, can I even turn my car on like with this boot?
Right.
I don't know. But he took it off literally within 30 seconds.
Right. It's like click, click, click. Yeah.
Okay, here's my credit card, like $130
Oh.
for 30 seconds to take off the boot. That's great.
Yeah.
But I was just thankful that he was like right there and like quick, because I was like, oh my God, I don't want to have to wait.
Right. Sometimes that could take
Forever.
hours. They'll be like, yeah, we
Oh
have
my
someone will come
gosh.
out and do it.
Yeah.
You know, I know. Right. AAA or whatever. Like, let me 3 hours.
But anyways, besides that, the event
Yeah.
itself, like that, oh my gosh, Katz, like she had come on. You guys listened to that last episode probably, and she came on towards the end, and she's the reason why I even drove there early to come to this event. She's really hyping it up, and it was worth it. Like this was a massive event. It took place at this, I don't know what the name of the place was called, but it was like this 3-story. There was like 3 different levels. that you could-
Skybox, I think it was called. Something like that, right? Skybox. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And that like, there was a drone light show. That was cool. There was just a lot of people. There was like arcade games and like bowling and what else was there? There was like so much you could do. And then just also there's like a club section, there was just a lot happening, and there was a lot of people there, and I was kind of nervous because I didn't hit up any of my Web3 friends to see if they were going. I just went there and I was
Yeah.
like, then all of a sudden I was like, oh my God, I'm going to this event alone. Like, what if I don't know anybody? So I get in and I'm just like immediately just trying to search for anybody that I recognize, but also just like talking to random people as well. Cause I'm like, that's what you
Yeah.
have to do. If you go to an event alone, you just need to start making conversation with anyone.
I've
and
done it a
everyone.
lot. That's what I did that a lot. Going to
Yeah.
events, I went to conferences by myself for sure. Yep.
I've actually never done that. So I was like so scared.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm always with people. But yeah, I mean, ran into you, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Ran into Diamond Doll. I mostly hung out with her. She's a good friend of mine in Web3. Who else I got? Pictures here. I saw everyone. Brooke, Lacey, she was amazing. Jen Facino, saw her. Saw actually a lot of guests that we had
Yeah, I
on
know.
too. Michael, what's his last name?
Michael K.
Michael K. Yes.
Yeah. Michael K. from Wild Card.
Prophets. Who
Yep.
else? Dyla. Yeah,
I
just a
think
bunch of people.
I think you saw Creatress. She told me she was hanging out with you.
I didn't see her at that
Oh,
event.
you didn't? Okay. Oh, not
but-
at that event. You were talking.
yeah.
Okay, different time. Okay, got you.
Yeah, I was just talking about this event.
Yeah, no, that was all. Yeah,
Uh,
just at that event. Yeah, you're right.
There was a lot.
know-
Yeah, it was great.
You know who else? There was a guest there that I reconnected with. You'll probably remember Giovanni from Smilesverse was there.
Oh my gosh. Well, we saw him after the Joe Rogan show, remember?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I was like
exactly.
looking,
Yeah,
I was like looking at him like who, and he like I was like doing a double take like, why does he look
didn't I-
familiar?
why-
And then he's
yeah.
like, I'm like, have we met? And he's like, yeah, several times. And I was like, oh, that's what I was thinking. Like, and then I was like, what's your name again? And he's like, Giovanni. He's like, we met at the Smilesverse party. And I was like, oh my God, like that is so
Yeah.
crazy. Like I had not seen him in like 2 years.
Exactly. I know.
And you know what's crazy too is that was the first time that I met Gigi, who now is a good friend of mine, and they were
Yeah,
like
cool.
dating at the time. And but yeah, and like that was
I didn't know that. That's some gossip there. I didn't know that.
yeah. So I mean that's public knowledge, I think. I can-
I'm
I can
sure.
say
Yeah,
that.
I guess. No, I'm
Just
sure it is. I
leaking
don't know.
that information.
Yeah. Giovanni's got a cool company right now too. He does they do development work. They did the Made by Apes website. They did the Colony.xyz's website. The Colony's really great. We'll talk about that sometime. My buddy Joey. But yeah, Giovanni's still grinding, still working, doing good
That's
stuff.
awesome. It's good to
Yep.
see. I like to see people still in the space
Yeah.
doing stuff, even if they've, changed paths. It's like it's nice to see people still in the Web3 space. So
Totally. And the Web3 space is coming back, so that was Tuesday night. Wednesday. Did you go to the conference on Wednesday?
okay, I'm like looking in my camera roll. 'Cause
Yeah.
I didn't
What did
edit
I
together
do?
my vlogs yet, which I still have to do.
Oh
um,
my
I know,
god.
so embarrassing. Okay, Wednesday morning, remember I was like, oh, there's like a women's brunch, which I'm not like a huge like women's event type of person, but I was like, I'll go to
Oh
it.
right, yeah.
So it was like the Unstoppable Women's Brunch. I showed up late on accident because I was trying to find parking. Austin's a mess, honestly.
Mhm.
And there was like a panel happening and everyone was like sitting down listening. I don't know, it was kind of like not the vibe I was expecting. I thought it would be more like everyone just like standing around talking.
Yeah.
But it was more like a sit and listen type of vibe, which I'm not a huge fan of for like
Yep.
more intimate events. But
Yep.
and then yeah, I actually did not like that event. I left it early because
Fair.
also there was like a guy on the panel and it was like supposed to be like
I
a
saw you
woman.
tweet that.
I
saw
know
you
I
tweet
tweeted about that and I was just like so like that was the one thing I'm not gonna lie, I was offended by it. Like, why would you have a guy on a freaking women's panel? Like, if you're gonna do a women's
Yeah,
event, do a women's
I
event,
know.
right? There was also women's husbands there, and it's like, don't bring your husband to a woman event. Like, bring them to. I mean, it's great. I like mixed events best, but if you're gonna do a freaking woman event, then make it an actual woman event. Like,
Right.
anyway, so.
If you want a man's event, go to D God's party.
I mean, hey, I think men should do men only events too. Like,
Right.
that's fine.
Well,
I don't
I
mind,
don't
but-
have any desire to do that.
I know it's fun when
We
it's
did
a mix
yeah.
of both.
Friday morning live coffee with Captain at the Airbnb with a men's only event. I'll tell you that.
Was it not a single woman, really?
7 a.m. Yeah, not a single woman.
Oh, okay.
it
All right,
was
we
also
classify
it was
that.
it was
Men's
7
brunch.
a.m. It was pouring rain. About a dozen people showed up.
Oh,
It
that's
was
fun.
it was pouring rain in the morning. It was like yeah, it was
Damn.
great though. It was really fun. But we'll get
7
to that. We'll get to
a.m.
that. Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, so then I went to that briefly, and then I went to the concert right after, which I was impressed because I was kind of imagining, I don't know, like if you think about NFT NYC, if you guys have ever been to NFT NYC, it's very like there's not much room. First of all, there's not much room, and the room that's there is just like with a bunch of sponsors. It feels very like scammy, gimmicky, like just not very like natural. But I don't know, Consensus felt very natural. There was a lot of booths, but they all just were very like friendly and inviting, and they didn't seem, I guess it wasn't as NFT focused. It felt very crypto focused.
Crypto tech. Yeah. A lot of like
Crypto tech.
Right. You go around reading all like the taglines, and everybody's like the future of decentralized GameFi, like all of,
it
like,
wasn't like kitties like doing stuff on the blockchain. Like it wasn't like weird like NFT stuff, where you're just like, what is this?
I mean, Google had a gigantic
Google
thing there. Yeah, you didn't see the Google Web3, and they had all like the startups that they were funding, and that was really cool. They might have spent the most money for booth there.
Polkadot had a big presence too. Did you see them?
Yep, Polkadot had a big presence. There were definitely a lot of companies I never heard of. A lot of really cool stuff. Did you see St. Jude, their Web3 stuff?
Yes, I got some pins and some stickers from them.
Oh, did you really? Did you meet Mark, who was running it?
Oh, is that a lady? Because there's two ladies
there was a
lady.
Okay, yeah, Mark. I don't know if he was there all the time, but Mark is the guy, because I connected with them afterwards because I thought it was so cool. And they've actually done really good stuff. They've raised $5 million in the last 4 years in just crypto. Yeah, they're doing really cool stuff. I actually talked to them about some ideas, like doing like a streamathon, or like doing some they can raise a lot of money, and they really should, because St. Jude's awesome. They do great stuff. Yeah. But Mark's a really good dude, the guy that runs it. It's like St. Jude Web3 is super, super cool. They're gonna do good stuff.
Yeah, there was I mean, when I went there, the ladies were very friendly and nice to me. I basically just went up to all the booths, and if they had pins, I'd be like, what do I have to do to get this? Because I had a jean jacket, and I had all my Web3 pins I've ever gotten. So then I was trying to collect more. So and a lot of times they're just like, just take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was collecting pins and stickers, and I got a bunch of t-shirts and hats. I guess I was just being a freebie junkie. But I was also like chatting with the people, and like I gave them my podcast sticker, like our podcast sticker.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
They would be like, "Oh, what's the podcast about?" And like, so I was chatting with them. It was fun. They were very friendly. Yeah.
Anybody want to sponsor? They weren't like, "Hey, we'll sponsor you guys."
Actually, some lady was like, I was talking to like one of the booths, and then some lady like overheard, and then she started like talking to me, and she was saying, I don't know, we connected on Telegram. She was saying something about, they're looking to like sponsor pods or something.
Yeah.
So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Everybody is like Telegram. Nobody at Consensus. Everybody wanted to connect.
Too.
It's the worst. Yeah, that's what everybody's saying. I know. Everyone's like, you have Telegram. You have Telegram. You have Telegram.
Yeah, I'm like, I have 2 people on Telegram now because of Consensus. Like,
I know. I have a bunch, and I'm in like these groups on there. Like, it's awful.
Yeah.
It's awful. But
yeah. So yeah, how was yours? So what did you? I didn't.
So
even
this
see
was
you
Wednesday.
At all.
Right. Yeah, probably not. I was there early. I went in Wednesday. I actually saw Kathy Wood from ARK Invest speak. Do you know her?
Yes, I do.
She was awesome. She was one of the like headline speakers. I mean,
you saw people speak? See, I saw all the
Hmm.
stages, but I was too,
Yeah.
I'm too like, I can't sit down and like listen to
Yeah.
somebody.
I know. And you could always catch it later on, but I'll look and see if her speech is out there, because it was really, really good. She's like super smart, super thoughtful. I actually turned to the person next to me and I was like, she should be the president, like she was like, just, I don't know.
The United States?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Over the people we have to choose from. That's what I thought. Listening to her, like just how, like it was refreshing to hear somebody on a public stage just be smart and thoughtful, like unlike what we're used to hearing. I just thought she was great.
Wait, who is she again? What did you say she is?
Kathy Wood. She's what is she, like maybe the CEO of ARK Invest? And I'm not sure exactly. She became famous a couple years ago for being super bullish on Bitcoin.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Another speaker I really like, Jenny Johnson, the CEO of Franklin Templeton. She was really smart. She talked about all these tests they did with the blockchain and how they did it side by side with the traditional methods. And the blockchain outperformed all the stuff. And it was 7 different banks working on this. Really cool stuff. She's actually the granddaughter of the founder of Franklin Templeton, and she's still running the company. Pretty neat. Yep.
That's cool.
Normally, by the time it gets to the grandkids, they're like,
right. Usually it's like they hand down to the kids, and then after that, they blow it.
right. Exactly. Now she's crushing it. And here's a funny story from Wednesday. Okay. So I met up with a buddy of mine named the Shaolin. I don't know if you know the Shaolin, Daryl Kwan, at Daryl Kwan 8. Yeah, he's been around a while, but
I might.
No big deal, but a real good dude. But we met up and we were like, there's this super famous barbecue place called Terry Black's. Have you heard of Terry Black's?
I saw your tweet.
What was I was just
okay,
I don't think I told that I tell the story.
Oh, not the story. I want to hear the story. I just saw
the
your
story's
tweet
funny.
of your food that you went there. Yeah.
Right. So so we get in line. There's like a little line, whatever, go up to the counter, get ready to order. They're famous for their beef ribs. I'll definitely have one beef rib. And Daryl's in front of me and he orders, he got one beef rib. We got a little bit of brisket, a little bit of whatever it was, a couple pork ribs and a couple sides. It was like mac and cheese and beans or something. He got a little bit more than me. He got the big side of the beef rib. The guy asked me big or little. I was like, which one do you recommend? I didn't realize the prices, it was all by the pound up there.
By the pound?
Yeah, it's by the pound. So you just ask like half a pound of brisket, whatever you want to have.
Okay.
And so I got a half pound of brisket. He got like 6 pork ribs. Luckily, I only got 2. I was like, I'll just take, because I just wanted a little taste. I was like, there was like a little nub end. So I got lucky. And I got mine on there. He paid. I didn't notice. And then I went to pay. The guy was like $96. I was like,
oh no.
I was like, for just mine? And then right then, Ron Jordan texts me, another friend, and he goes, he was going to come, but couldn't make it. Then he could make it. He's like, I'm almost there. Just get me one of what you're having. And I was like, I don't know.
You're like, it's $100.
And I'm already like at the end of the line. So I was like, we could share because it was like a lot.
Right.
And it was $96. And then I ate. It was incredible. It was freaking worth it.
It was worth it?
It was worth it. For a second, I was like 96. I was like, should I? I was like,
do you? I know. What do you do? Or you like put this back? I mean,
actually, I'll take half of that away.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, there's nothing really you can do. They got you. It's like $96. That just for me. And
I bet a lot of people get shocked by the price too. You know what's funny too is actually Girl in the Verse. I saw her on Thursday at the conference, and she told me that she's like, oh yeah, Michael said he paid like $100 for his. So I guess I did kind of.
You didn't know that.
Too.
So then we go back to the house. We actually all walked back to the house, met up with Captain. A couple other people were there. And we were telling this, and I was telling the story about my $96 barbecue. And Daryl, you got off easy. His was $174.
That's crazy. For one meal, that's so
yeah.
Did he like eat it all, or like did he take it to go?
No, he had like a huge amount to go. Ron and I pretty much ate ours, but he had like it was like a dinosaur rib. It's like this big.
Oh my gosh. Why does he eat that much?
Because that's how they do it. If you want a beef rib, you got to get like one whole beef rib. Luckily, mine was huge, but it was smaller. His was like plah.
Oh no, that is. I'm glad I don't eat meat then, because yeah.
But it was, oh my god, that's my favorite kind of food in the world is Texas barbecue like that, brisket. That's my favorite for me. I know you're probably disgusted. That's for me.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. For me, that's my favorite. Oh my God. But that was, we were cracking up for a long time on that one. I had no idea he paid that much. That's the fun. I thought I got ripped off. And he was like, you got off easy. If it was 170, if they would have told me 174, I don't think I would have done it. I would have been like, that does not right.
How much is that in ETH?
Well, good point. Well, I mean, once it's 0.05.
Would you pay 0.05?
Of course, in 1 second. Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah,
No,
why not?
no gas fees.
Yeah, right. 0.05 no gay on base. If it was on base chain, I would.
Yeah.
Not on the main net.
Not on the main net. Can't do the main net. No.
Nah. Well, gas has been really low on ETH though. I've noticed.
Yeah, because there's been nothing happening.
Right,
All of our
exactly.
NFTs have been plummeting.
I
like
know.
crazy,
Doodles is 1.4. I was actually looking at Doodles and thinking like because that last pump put him at like 3.
Yeah.
If you remember.
Yeah.
It could double up.
Could.
Doodles at Wick, she's like could go under 1 too. Punks is down. Punks is down, like is getting low. I don't know exactly what it's at, but
Yeah, I literally hadn't checked the price of any of the NFTs I held or even other collections in like 2 weeks. So
Right.
yesterday I was in North Carolina and my boyfriend's like, "Oh yeah, how much are like I don't know, he's asking about a certain collection." I'm like, "Oh, let me check." And then I started checking all the other collections and I'm like, "Oh my God, this is like I shouldn't have checked." I regretted checking immediately. I did not want to know.
Yeah.
But anyways, okay, so Wednesday, what else? What else did you do anything before the comedy show?
Well, went to Terry Black's, walked back to the house from there, which wasn't all that far, and then chilled until the comedy show.
So nice. Yeah, so the comedy show, which by the way, so who was in the group? It was girl in the verse, her husband, guy in the verse.
Yeah.
Chris Jordan, Steve.
Yeah, Captain Steve, Ron Jordan, who the guy I mentioned a little bit ago.
Oh, Captain Steve.
Ron's the other guy that had the 4-pack. That's all right. No, it's all good. And Dillo was a guy I actually met that week.
Oh, let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, it was like I don't know what time it was. It was like some time in the evening. And let me tell you, that place was packed. Like they were completely sold out. Everyone was there like ready and eager to go and to listen to some comedy. Yeah, that was actually crazy. I think I've been to like amateur comedy shows and like open mic nights and stuff, but I've never been to like an actual comedy show.
Oh, wow.
I don't think I've been to like an actual comedy show, and especially with like renowned comics that are like popular and really funny. So that was super amazing experience for me. Like, and that whole
awesome.
Yeah, like thank you for buying the tickets and inviting me. Like that was I know in the beginning I was like, what? Sure, okay, I'll go. I did not know what I was in for.
That's awesome. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah, that was like the highlight of my Austin experience, I think.
Oh wow. That's incredible.
That was very fun.
That was bucket list for me too, because I've been going to comedy shows for decades. I go to the Improv. I've seen tons of comics, like all the comics you can name. That's my favorite thing is to go. Like when I was a ticket broker, I've been to a million concerts. Like, but comedy, I love comedy, and this is like that's the number one comedy club in the world. You have to be there to buy tickets when it goes on sale just the day before. Like, and
is it really the number one comedy club in the world?
Well, number one, it's the most important right now. It's the one all the comics are flocking there. It's like where it's
it's Joe Rogan's like, everyone loves Joe Rogan.
Kill Tony's recorded there, which is the number one live podcast. Like that place it's just it's as good as it gets for comedy. And then you're right, we saw 6 killers right in a row. I mean, Ron White is famous. People would know him, but Tony Hinchcliffe came out. Hans Kim started off. I don't know if anyone knows him. He might have been one of the funniest guys, the guy that started it.
He had really quick, like one-liners.
Yeah, and it's just so ridiculous, like the stuff he was saying.
Right.
Yeah, he did have quick one-liners.
Yeah, whereas the other guys had more of like stories that which I thought was interesting. There's like different, styles that they went with.
Yeah.
And then Joe like went for who knows how long.
He went for almost an hour, right? Or 45 minutes at least. It was a long set.
Oh my gosh. Like that was, first of all, you guys know that Fear Factor was like my childhood show. Like even like it ran until like 2012, but that was my favorite show when I was like 6 or 7 years old. Like when it like first came out, like that's all I watched. Like we were only allowed to watch like 1 hour TV and it was Fear Factor. So yeah, that like seeing him like in person, and he referenced Fear Factor multiple times, made multiple jokes. Like it was so crazy to me. It was like so surreal. I called my sister right after. I was like, "You will not believe who I just saw." Joe Rogan perform, and he talked about Fear Factor.
Wow.
So that was super cool. And yeah, he's really funny. He's very like physical with his comedy, and he's very like animated and like,
Yeah.
you know, he just really goes for it, which I love. Like that he's so like, I don't know, he like doesn't care. He just goes for it. Yeah, he was really funny. And he's like crazy too. He has like the crazy eyes, just like eyes are just bulging out of his head and his face is getting all red and he's just going like, he's like yelling. It's just so funny. But and that like building too was really cool. Also, oh yeah, we didn't mention this. You could not record like or take pictures or anything like
Right. Right.
like there was like they scanned you to make sure you didn't have, you know, weapons or whatever. Then they gave you this little thing and they locked your phone in it and then they gave it back to you. So you couldn't access your phone throughout the whole night until the end when they unlocked it for you and gave it back. But so it was like cool. It was like you look around, nobody's on their phone. So rare.
Right. Nobody, and we're all talking and laughing. Yeah.
Just having a good time, like just genuine human connection, rare. And yeah, it was just like, and you felt like you really had to like take it all in because it was like you couldn't document it. You know, you can snap a pic for the memories, or it was like it's just all up here. Like you just have to remember it. So. But yeah, the you were talking, what were some of the things you were like saying about the building itself?
Well, the building itself, it was the old Capitol Theater, I think. What was it called? No, the Ritz. So it was an old theater from like 100 and something years ago. It was a burlesque theater. It was a concert venue where like Stevie Ray Vaughan played. It has a lot of history, that old building. It's right on 6th Street, right in downtown Austin, like right in the heart of 6th Street. Crazy. That's a wild street.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good location.
Yeah. It's like an old theater, right? They turned in, there's a big room and a little room. There's so like the one we were in is called the what is it? The Big Boy? Big man and little boy. Big man, little boy, which are the names of the 2 atomic bombs we dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Well, the reason that is because that's after those bombs dropped is when the aliens all started showing up.
Wait, really?
Yeah, like they, you know, in the 50s is when all like the alien sightings were happening and stuff. So people say maybe they saw the bombs and they were like, "Oh, you guys better. What's going on down there?"
Oh my, that's crazy. They're like, "What's happening? We need to keep an eye on
we need to, we'll
we need
slow
to step
down.
in. They're gonna ruin their planet."
Right. Slow down.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think I take Michael for granted because Steve and Chris, like they were both like, they were like, "Oh my gosh, like you just know so much." Like you could like they were just kept asking Michael questions about things and he would just like know everything. And I'm like,
really? I don't remember that. Steve was saying,
Steve was like, "How do you know so much, man? Like you go so deep. Like you just keep going." Like he's like, and it's true. Like Michael really does know a lot.
Yeah.
He's very, very knowledgeable. And I was like, "Oh, like I appreciated you more after that." I was like, "Oh,
yeah,
I need to appreciate Michael's knowledge more." But anyways, that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we had a good group too.
Yeah, I'm really glad that worked out like that. Do you see the picture we took afterward? Looks like I'm like implanted in AI. Did you see that picture?
Okay, because that was the one that well, one of them somebody did actually Photoshop.
Oh,
because we took a photo and then because you were like, "I have to go."
And then I had to go.
Then I forgot who we were waiting for. Then they finally came out. So then we took the photo and then it was like, shoot, we didn't have it with everyone.
Oh my God.
That's why
it really
you look
is
like that.
Everybody was telling me, you're like, you weren't even there. I was like, I know. And then I looked, I was like, it really does look like it. But
like, yeah, that's because it is.
Oh my God.
So funny.
That's hilarious. That's too funny.
I love how you didn't realize that. It was actually.
And people were telling me, I was like, no, I was there.
I was there, I swear.
Yeah. I remember taking that picture, you know.
I know, yeah.
No, I don't know. That's crazy. That's hilarious. I'm cracking up right now. I did not realize that. Wow. So yeah, no, that was Wednesday night. And then, yeah, I guess I don't know what I had to run off to a meeting and then
I went to bed. I was like, this is a highlight.
Yeah.
I can't top this. I'm going to sleep. Like everyone was, like,
Yeah.
trying to go to some party after. I'm like, oh no.
I know. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I hear that. Yeah. No, that was epic. I'm really glad that worked out so well. We had a group of 8 people. Ron and I each bought a 4-pack. Like literally, the day it went on sale, we had it planned and filled them out with great people.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That took some planning. You
Yeah.
can't just show up with a group of 8 to that club.
I
Joe Rogan
know.
and friends. It took some planning.
Yeah.
But that was one of them. I mean, we were deciding we're going to Austin, or like when one of the reasons that I wanted to go for sure was because of that. Like I knew I really wanted to go to that. I actually Thursday night I went back. So at the end of Thursday night, whatever we were doing, they were doing that show in the morning super early. So like the guys I was with went home, went to bed, and I actually went back and I got on the waiting list for the 11 p.m. Little Boy show that night, but I couldn't get in.
Oh.
And I even waited till it was all started. And I was like, do you have one? He went up and looked, and there wasn't one seat he could have found for me. Yeah. So I bought a t-shirt and went home.
Oh, you got a t-shirt?
Yeah. Yeah, I
What
bought a
does it say?
t-shirt. It's like the NASA symbol, but it says Comedy Mothership, but it's kind of like looks like
Okay.
NASA. Yeah.
That's cool. You got a
Yeah.
t-shirt. Nice.
Yeah.
Commemorate.
People definitely. Yeah, that was epic. I'm glad you liked it so much. That makes me feel really good.
Yeah,
glad
that
you had
was, I
so
was
much
like
fun.
seriously so amped after that. I was like,
Yeah,
"This is
yeah.
great."
It was pretty amazing.
Okay, so I guess we'll move on to Thursday.
Yeah.
So Thursday, was Thursday my final day? Yeah, it was. So Thursday I went to the conference. Just I ran into Creatress at the conference, and
Okay.
so yeah, we hung out for a bit, and yeah, I collected some more free merch, the usual. And then then I went to there was like, because we have the press passes, which is, so I guess I forget what it was called, but like not the VIP area, but
Right,
it
it
was called
was-
something like that. Pro pass
Yeah.
area.
Right. And they had
Something
like
like
some
that.
food, but they had like some food back there and drinks and stuff.
Yes. So I went back
Yep.
there just to check it out. And then
Yep.
that's when I saw Girl in the Verse again,
Oh,
and
cool.
her husband. And yeah, she's just so great. Love her. And
The most positive energy of anybody all the
yeah, she's
time.
the best. Yeah.
I know. She is
Yeah.
the best. She is the best.
She is the best.
Yeah.
And her husband's super great too. Like he's
Yeah. Absolutely.
and then I
Absolutely.
also ran into, I forgot, on Tuesday night at that party, I ran into, first of all, 2 people that used to watch like my Jennifer Top Shot videos, which is so crazy. But also one of them was like, they listened to the last episode about consensus, and then they were hyped about that party because Cats
No
didn't want to talk
kidding.
about it.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
like, oh my God. I'm like, oh yeah, there's people that listen to this, and it's
That's
just cool
amazing.
meeting actual listeners in person. Right?
Yeah.
So
Totally.
then then when I was in that Pro Pass Lounge, why can I not say it? And I was talking to a Girl in the Verse, this guy came up to me. I forget his name, but he was like, are you Jenny from the Blockchain? And I had a giant shirt that said Jenny from the Blockchain with my doodle. Like,
You're like,
it was
nah, it's not me.
right? It's like pretty obvious. So, I mean, he was like, I recognized your voice. And he actually said he's never seen me or you in person. He's like, I didn't know what you guys
Oh,
looked like.
wow.
So I
He
showed
just
him a picture of
recognized your
you.
voice.
I was like, here's what, actually, he said that he went to the, I think the Doodles barbecue or whatever. And he said he met you.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was-
probably. Yeah. Who?
It was
which you
this
talking
guy.
about?
I have like a video
see.
with him. Let me see. Oh my God. Do you remember that guy?
Yeah. I was at the Doodles barbecue. Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
I
yeah.
remember him.
So anyways, so yeah, it was cool meeting
Yeah.
another listener. We met several podcast
I
listeners.
know.
So shout out to you guys.
I met Dude Lifts for the first time
Oh yeah, he's
at the
cool. We did-
Doodles event. Yeah.
Yeah, we did a pod on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Thurs-
seeing that just a few weeks ago or whatever,
Thursday.
right? Or even recently.
They just put out the video today.
Okay.
Of like the full interview, but yeah. But yeah, okay, so then what else did I do? Oh yeah, so then after that, after the conference, I ran to the Flow Hacker House for the interview because Dude Lifts wanted to interview the Evaluate team. So it was me and Christian. He's one of the
Nice.
co-founders. And then we just sat down and chatted for like an hour, and it was cool because like, you never really do. I mean, I never really do like IRL podcasts. So
Yeah.
it was weird. Like, not gonna lie, I'm glad we don't do IRL because it's like,
I know it's a different
I'm like,
different
what do I do
feel.
with my body? What do I do with my hands? Like,
I
where do I
know.
look? Where do I felt so like awkward. I don't know. It's like you're trying to like act natural, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just like so weird.
You'd get used to it, but I know what you mean. It is different.
Yeah.
I remember we did that one with Sal DeGuardia and
Yeah,
Evan
but
Mann,
the video wasn't
Matt.
it wasn't video.
Right. There wasn't video. That's true. We were just standing there with them.
We were
Yeah,
just
that's true.
staying there. So it's like when
Yeah.
this video is so different. But yeah, I'm just glad we just do audio.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, I don't have to worry about my appearances because then I feel like you focus less on like what you're talking about,
Right. Yeah, totally.
Okay, so then what else did I do? Oh yeah, then after that, I ran to Gigi's event. So she threw like a woman happy hour event, which was exactly how I would like want a woman event to be, where it's just like
This was the good one.
this was the good one. Like after I went to that one, I was like, damn, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
But it was literally just hanging out, like people just chatting, and
those are my favorite events. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite with no
nothing
loud
to do.
music.
Yeah,
Right.
no loud
Yeah.
music, no agenda, like no panels.
Yeah,
nothing
just
you're
bring
forced to
people
look at.
together. Yeah.
Exactly, like, and it forces you to like go up to different people and just talk, and like
Yep.
that's what I love. So I met a lot of women there. I think I literally talked to everybody, and of course Gigi, and it was it's always good like reconnecting with people that you haven't like seen in a while.
Yeah.
And then I also met these 3 young ladies that were in college. They went to like Texas, University of Texas, and they said there's like a blockchain club there. And I didn't know colleges had blockchain clubs, but like 2 of them went to different schools and they're like, yeah, we're both in the blockchain clubs. And I guess blockchain clubs are now a thing at colleges, which is so amazing. Because I'm like, wow, like they did not have blockchain clubs when I was going, or at least I didn't know about it when I was going to college. I don't think they had that.
No, well, not I know when
Not
I was
you
going to college.
Definitely not when you
Listen,
were
let
going.
me tell you something. When I went to college, we had something called computer labs, and there would
Okay,
be.
we had computer labs too,
Did you? You didn't have your own computers by then?
like a laptop.
Yeah.
But I know, but colleges always have computer labs where people
they?
that don't
Okay.
have computers can go.
Yeah, I guess so. That was like.
You're like,
It-
we had computer labs. Like that's so big.
Well, that was where everybody had to go. They're probably empty
Okay.
these days. They're probably empty these days.
yeah.
They were packed, and it was awesome. They were like, I would have to go to the computer lab to email my friends from high school. And then
you want to meet up for lunch?
No, just to like, hey, I'm at college having a good time, and then like the
Oh.
next day I'd come back and see if they responded to me. Like, because we only had I would have to call their house from my dorm room if I wanted to get a hold of them otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weird
different
times. You don't get
different
those times. Different times, Jen.
I know.
I didn't get a cell phone till like the year 2000. I was like a senior in college.
Yeah. 2000? That's early, isn't it? For a
I was
cell
pretty
phone?
early. It
You're
wasn't
early.
a nice.
Hey, you've always
It
been
wasn't
an
a
early
nice
adopter,
one.
so that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah, right.
Okay, what else? Oh yeah, then after, I mean, my event is about to be over here because
Yeah.
after that, I just go to. Oh yeah, I had luckily signed up for the karate combat, which was like completely. Like, filled up.
I miss. That's a miss for me because that sounded awesome.
Yeah, I didn't even. I just was like I signed up for it like a month ago, and then or a month prior to the event, and
Yeah.
and then when I got there, it was super hype, and it was. I mean, yeah, I actually only stayed for like 3 fights because
Okay.
then I was like, it's getting late, and I want to get back, and I had to drive 4
Yeah.
hours home, so
Totally.
I was like, but yeah, like it was a whole like it was filled. It was like filled out, and it was cool seeing the fights, and it was like you could see it so clearly as well. Like it, everything was so close. It wasn't like a giant
Yeah.
arena or anything like that. So it was nice to witness. I'm glad I didn't see any girls fights because I did not want to see that. But yeah, I don't even know who fought or what, but
Right. I heard that was really fun. I should have tried to go to that. I heard that was fun.
Yeah, yeah. It was a vibe.
Yep.
For sure.
That day I saw RFK speak at the conference, which was
RFK. Who's that?
RFK Jr.
Oh, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Let's go.
Yep.
Got it right.
Yep. RFK Jr. Yeah. But I did just kind of cool.
Consensus? Oh, yeah. We had talked about that before.
He spoke. They had these two like armed guards up on the stage behind.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
It was cool to see him speak. It was kind of neat to see a Kennedy who's running for president speak at a crypto conference. Like, I thought that was...
he's JFK's brother, or what is he? What's his relation?
I got you. So JFK was the president who was assassinated in 1963.
Yes.
In your home state. Very nice.
My home state.
Yeah. You don't know. Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Well,
you should look where he was assassinated.
I've only lived here 1 year.
Your
current state.
Yeah. You should actually look where he was. I'm not going to call it out.
I actually went to where he was assassinated.
Oh, okay. So you know,
I did the whole thing.
Yeah. So his brother was RFK. RFK was running for president after that, and also was assassanated, most likely by the CIA. Yeah, both of them. No, I mean that's pretty much what he was running for president was going to win, and RFK talks about it very candidly how the evidence shows really kind of what happened. But so RFK Jr. is RFK's son.
Oh, okay. So he's
JFK. JFK was his uncle.
Got it. Okay. Wow. Okay. So then he probably has some fear of being assassinated.
Yeah.
Right?
And he's also being denied Secret Service protection during the election.
That's bad. Do they usually have Secret Service protection?
They've been giving it early to people. Like Barack Obama got it like 2 years before the election. People that have an elevated risk do get it early.
Oh, but why did they deny him?
They also denied him the ability to run in the Democratic primary as well. So they just don't really want to give him the time of day.
Damn.
In any way, shape,
Haters.
or form. That's what it is, really. Yeah. He's also married. Did you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Curb Your Enthusiasm, no.
You don't know what that is? One of the funniest shows of all time. You don't know what that is? Oh my God. So Larry David, the guy that made Seinfeld, I guess Seinfeld's whatever before your time, but Larry David had a show on HBO called Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is one of the funniest shows of all time.
It just ended this year?
Yep.
Wow.
And you never heard of it. You're really in the pop culture.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You're really in the pop culture zeitgeist here, Jen. Good job. No, I'm just kidding.
I told you I was only into Fear Factor.
Right. Larry's wife on that show is married to, her name's Cheryl Hines. She's married to RFK Jr.
Oh, interesting.
Yep.
Well, that's cool. Fun fact.
Yeah. Fun fact. That was really neat to see. I actually got up. I was in like the third row, took some pictures. That was, no matter what you think politically, I just felt like that was kind of cool to be there to see.
Yeah, they had some big people there.
They had incredible speakers. They had other people that were like, there was like a senator and all kinds of different people. I didn't see a ton of speakers, but I saw a nice amount.
Nice.
Yep. That was Thursday, right? We were talking. Yeah, that's about the end of my. Yeah. Okay. I didn't really do I didn't do too much at night. Was Thursday the Doodles thing? Thursday was the Doodles thing, I think. Yeah. So that's right. Went to the Doodles thing. After that is when I went over to try and get into the mothership a second time and couldn't get in.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then it was like midnight, went back to the house.
So then Friday, you left Friday?
No, I left Saturday. I was there all day Friday. So yeah, Friday was a big day.
Damn, you were living it up. Wait, what was
I lived it up. I lived my best life that week. Friday was a good day. We had the coffee with Captain, where we had the house of people, like board bagels, said stuff. There was coffee and donuts, and it was a really fun time. Really good people showed up there, and then we all went for barbecue, of course, afterward.
Classic. Wait, did you go to like a different spot or the same?
Yeah,
spot?
We went to a place called. No, we were not going to Terry Black's. Nobody was looking to spend.
You didn't want to spend $170?
No, but we went to a place called Lay Barbecue, which was spectacular. Honestly, like every bit as good. I don't know. I can't say enough.
How much was your food there?
It might have been like 25 or 27.
Wow,
or something.
and was it better or?
The sausage at Lay Barbecue was the best sausage I've probably ever had. It was a jalapeno sausage. It was so good. The brisket was to die for at Lay Barbecue. Now the beef rib at Terry Black's was on a whole nother level. I will say that. But Lay Barbecue was absurdly good. There was a line there. We had to wait like a half hour.
Damn.
Yep.
But it was worth it.
Well worth it. More than worth it.
More than worth it.
And then and Friday night went to Jen Facino's closing party. And did you see that picture taken of me? That was the coolest picture ever taken of me.
What?
Ever.
What?
You need to find it on the timeline.
Is it on your Twitter?
Yeah, it
Did
should
you
be. Let me see
retweet
where
it?
it is at. Yeah.
Did
I
you post it or did you retweet it?
I think I retweeted it. Let me see.
Okay, let me find it right now.
It's
Oh,
you see what I'm talking
this
about?
is the look NFT game when he helped me.
No, not that one. Keep going down.
Oh. Well, that was a good one of you.
With all of our podcast guests.
Wait,
Creators posted it on June 1st. I'll send it to you right now. I'll send it over.
Oh yeah. There's
see it?
Leslie, there's Jen,
Yep.
there's Creators, there's a Storm, there's Oh yeah. I think did I see this? I don't know. But it's a good photo.
Yeah, it was great. So I was talking with Leslie, Jen, and Creatress, and I was like, let's take a quick picture. I said Jen will think it's funny because you guys are all on a podcast. And we started taking, all of a sudden, everyone else just popped right in the picture. And then I heard Hizzy yell from, he goes, how'd Michael Keane get in that picture? So he yells out across the whole party. It was pretty ridiculous. But yeah, it was a great shot.
That is a good shot.
Yeah, especially that it's 5 of our podcast guests.
I know. That's amazing.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Who's the other person, the other lady?
She actually also works with Gockstein Julie. Let me look it up.
Okay. Oh, wait.
And yeah, Julie Kennis.
Okay.
And we should actually have her on too. Complete the picture. But she was the MC, the announcer at the karate thing. And she was like interviewing the fighters and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Here, I'll send you her link.
Okay.
I didn't actually meet her, but I didn't know she was either until the next day. Because Creators asked me, she's like, who's the other girl? I was like, honestly, I got to figure it out. I have no idea. Oh my God. I can't believe I just said, Andy, cut that out. I can't believe it. No, you don't have to cut it out. But no, Julie,
No,
we just
it's
haven't
okay.
met. Yeah,
Look,
because
there's so many people to know. Like, it's not.
And I
a
also
bad
said
thing.
we should have her on for sure. Like, we should have her on. I just sent you her link.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I've seen her on Twitter.
She's not following me though. That's messed up.
Ooh. Oh, she's following me, and I'm following her already too. Let's go.
Oh, there you go. There you go. She's not following me. We got a picture together though.
Yeah, she's in the photo.
Yep. And so that was a lot of fun. And then after that, Jen actually took us to like that whole crew and Cap, and we went to this like VIP party for a little bit where it was like bottles or whatever.
Ooh, bottle
I know.
service, like where they
It was.
do the
Yeah.
signs and everything.
Yeah. Pretty much there
Wow,
was.
you were
Yeah.
clubbing.
It was. I know. And I used to say like I want to get invited to like the cool kids parties. Like finally, after all these years, like
You manifested it.
yeah, I know. I was hanging out. It was
were.
great. Yeah, it was good. It was good stuff. It's so much fun. What a
Did you
week.
drink at that?
No, I didn't. I didn't one drink. No.
Okay, that's good.
Not the whole week. Yeah, I drink very sporadically. The last time I had a drink was at a pub in London with Q and my buddy Af. Like when I was at the NFT London, because there was like I felt like having a cider at that. That was the last time I had a drink. It was like 2 years.
Turn
'Cause I
up.
don't drink at all. Yeah.
I know.
Not-
I haven't been drinking. I'm on my sober grind right now. So I also didn't drink at Consensus, which was nice because, then you're just more aware. You remember everything and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then, okay,
Yeah.
so what else happened?
That
that
was
it?
Friday night. I think that was it. Yeah, I got up early Saturday morning,
Oh,
made my way home.
there we go.
Uneventful. I ate a large edible on the way to the airport. That guy Dillo had like these
Gosh.
rice. They're like these Rice Krispie treats, but they were made out of like cinnamon toast crunch with like marshmallow, and it was like 100 milligrams. And I ate like half of it on the way to the airport, and just
Did you did you like feel paranoid at all, like going through security?
oh no, I go through security high every time. I mean, I didn't bring it through security. I ate it before I went
Right.
through. Yeah, I ate it before I went through, so I don't feel
Did you just
I don't-
pass out on the plane?
pretty much. I sleep on most of my flights,
Yeah.
but it was nice.
Yeah. I sleep or I read usually.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be magazines, I used to have to buy a magazine at the
Oh yeah. Magazines used to be a thing. Man, what happened to
I know.
those?
I know. They still have them, but they must be dying to like
I know. Imagine being a magazine company.
I
They moved all
know.
their stuff online.
Right, of course, and going to social media and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. But what a crazy time. I can't wait for next, hopefully VCon and Ape Fest. I have Ape Fest booked in Lisbon.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have that booked and ready? Wait, when is that?
I have my flight booked. It's in October.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
October, you're going. Okay, so you'll be having to recap that. That's cool.
I know, going to Lisbon, pumped for that. I gotta get my VCon stuff booked. I gotta start looking at. I don't know where I want to stay in LA because I don't want to stay down by the convention center again. Down by the.
Mm.
I don't like that neighborhood that much.
Yeah, LA's pretty sus.
Yeah,
So it's kind of like hit or miss in LA.
yeah, for sure. It's pretty. It's not my favorite city to visit right now.
No.
It's
Definitely not.
It's so sprawling and expensive, and not ultra safe.
No, it's
don't
not
know.
safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is not safe. There's a lot of, in fact, Austin too. Like I mean, I lived in
Right. No,
Austin
there's
for
a
like
lot.
2
Yeah, there's a lot that's not safe, and you got to be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah, I was like several. I mean, like I said, it was my first time going to an event alone, so it was like after the
Yeah.
comedy thing, I walked
Yeah.
back to my car, which was like a couple blocks away, and
I
like
feel bad. I feel bad
some
about
dude
that.
like came up, tried to start talking to me. I was like, oh my god, like
Really?
I
Oh,
forgot that I
man.
should probably like ask somebody to like walk me to my car. Like it was like night,
Yeah.
and like I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god, and like some other time, some person was like yelling at me like with their car through their car, and I was like, oh my god, like this is kind of scary. Like there's just like
Yeah,
people,
it's sketch.
like sus people though. They're not just like normal people.
Right.
They're like people that are on drugs or something.
Of
and,
course. Yeah.
yelling at you or whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is not cool. But yeah, Austin had a lot of homeless people. I feel like it's really been kind of
There's a lot of homeless people there.
heading to, I don't know. It's just
A
been
lot of homeless people in every city now. Philadelphia.
all the big cities,
Yeah.
cities. Yeah,
Yeah.
getting overpopulated and then a lot of homeless people.
Yeah. Yeah. Housing prices are ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah. for sure.
Fentanyl's everywhere.
Yeah. Nothing's worse than Portland. When I lived in Portland,
Really?
ooh, that is so bad. I mean, you'll just see needles on the floor. You sometimes have to walk in the street because there's homeless people with tents camped out on the sidewalks blocking your
Oh my God.
way. And it's like, it's also scary walking past the tents because,
Yeah,
they'll just be like
right.
rows of tents and you're like, you
I
have to
know.
run because you're like, you don't know it. Just like people that are on drugs are unpredictable, So yeah,
I saw a guy. That's crazy how we've let our cities get like that. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but that's
yeah, it's like we don't know what the solution is, but
I know.
man,
That's crazy. I saw a guy make a funny joke about like the tent encampments. He goes, "So let me get this." He had his car parked on the street. He goes, "Let me get this straight. I could set up a tent here for 6 months and be fine, but I could park my car here for 2 extra minutes, and you'll give me $120 ticket."
Yeah.
That's fun with your car. Like your car, they got $130 out of you, but you could have set up a tent on the street and like whatever, and you're fine.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Kind of
I know.
I don't know if that made sense.
It made sense. It did. It made sense.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, but then it was just another one of those moments where I'm like, I'm glad I don't have a car. Like, whenever I rent a car and something bad happens, I'm like,
Yeah.
just glad I don't have a car.
I know. Yeah, it's nice not having a car, especially
Yeah.
you just like I always thought like I could Uber everywhere I need to go and it'd be way cheaper than having a car and insurance and gas.
Yeah, I mean, you have kids and all that, so maybe not for
That
you.
I
But if
know.
you're like a
Right,
single
right.
person, like no
Yeah.
kids, and I mean, for me, and then it's also like fun because you get to have conversations with. I mean, I always like to have deep conversations with my Uber drivers, so it's just, I don't know, it's like a fun experience. You just Uber
Yeah.
around, and I don't, go places too often. When I do, just Uber, and
Right. Yeah.
not too
No
bad.
doubt. No doubt. Yeah, I love it.
All
All
right,
right.
well, I guess
Yeah,
that's
I think
it.
yeah, I think that's our consensus. There were a couple stories we said we might talk about, like Iggy Azalea's token. Maybe we'll save that for Sunday or whatever. She did a
Yeah,
podcast with
true.
Thread Guy. Check that out if you want to hear. He did a good job with that. And Beeple announced Pepe Fest the same day as VCon. It's right in the middle of VCon, which is
Is it
messed up.
in the same location?
No, he's in South Carolina.
Ah,
It's at his studio.
I
It's
see.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
He couldn't have picked a different
He
weekend.
went to, and he spoke at the last VCon. Or was it the first VCon?
It was the
I think it's
first
the
one.
first VCon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting
Maybe
that he
there's
chose those
yeah.
dates. Maybe there was
And-
some beef.
And what do you think VCon tickets are going for?
Why, do you know the price? Are you gonna
Yeah.
tell me? Okay. Oof, probably $50.
Like $83.
Damn. See,
I
don't-
actually I bought a bunch of them too, because thinking hopefully it'll go up. But
why? I would buy it. See, I don't know if I'm gonna go or not yet, but if I do go,
Right.
I'm gonna buy right before because it's gonna be like so cheap, like
I
right
know,
before.
I know.
Like
Probably.
$20.
I probably messed up.
That's okay. You're someone's.
I have one for you.
Yeah, true.
And
I'm
they
gonna
were
have to-
cheap.
I have to pay you $80 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, my thought is, so like the speaker list. Did you look at the speaker list?
I did. I started looking at it.
I
It's a
don't
lot
really
of-
barely. I don't even. Yeah, like big company CEOs and founders and stuff.
Yeah,
The traditional companies.
I haven't seen any Web3 speakers yet, so I don't know if he's just not going that route.
Right, I know.
But like, if you look through the list, there's no Web3 people at all yet. I
And
mean,
it's kind of a weird way to drop the tickets. It's kind of weird to drop like 10,000 tickets to people. Like some people get a whole bunch of them, random wallets. There's probably people that can't even access their wallets. You know what I mean? Like lost their seed phrase because they bought their VFriend 3 years ago.
oh,
There's
yeah.
probably a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm sure they could always message them, and then maybe they'll give them a ticket or something. They're not going for that much.
I know.
But did you see Gary V's girlfriend is speaking?
No, is she?
Did you know that? Yeah, because you know how he has like a wife and
He
kids?
got married. Didn't he got married?
Well,
Didn't he have a new?
wait, did they get married?
I think they got married. I think.
No.
Oh wait,
I mean, he had a wife and kids for the longest time, and then all of
I
a sudden
know,
he popped
yeah.
out with this like young girlfriend.
I know.
No, it doesn't say that he's married on Wikipedia.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's just his girlfriend, but
Oh my god! If you Google Gary V married, it says the first thing says it turns out Gary V's family first advice was bullshit.
I know, he's always like family first. No, but it's so crazy is I remember I saw this clip of he was talking to Tony Robbins, and he was like,
Yeah,
every day I wake up, this is Gary. He's like, every day I wake up and I imagine, what's the worst thing that can happen. And I think about my family and my kids dying and being gone, like as a way to like be like grateful for them or something. And Tony's like,
I've heard him
"Dude,
say
that's
that
weird,
kind of
man."
stuff.
He's like,
I
that's so weird.
know.
And then lo and behold, like he basically didn't kill off
Manifested
his
it.
family. Yeah, in a way,
Right.
right? Like cut them out of his life, right? Because it's like, so yeah.
Well, I don't know if he cut his kids out of his life. We don't
Maybe
know
not
about
his kids,
that.
right? We don't know about his kids.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I think he manifested that for sure because what the heck?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that kind of does work like that. That's a shame that that's what comes up.
Yeah. Oh, I guess
I
he's
didn't- I got-
engaged.
Oh,
to
really?
her.
No boy.
Yeah. See, I was just looking it up, but anyways, I don't know how we got into the
VCon,
Gary Vee drama. Oh
yes.
yeah, I was saying his
And
girlfriends wanted stickers.
and V friends, if you're looking for moderators, Jenny now, obviously after all of that talk is a
Yeah.
perfect candidate.
I mean,
They-
I'll do
I
it if
don't-
they ask me, but
Yeah.
but I'll be relieved if they don't. I don't
Oh,
know.
really? Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So
you could say, I'll politely decline, but how about my co-host Michael? He would do amazing.
true.
You should just say that. If you're gonna say,
I mean,
How
yeah,
about
I don't know.
Michael?
I don't know if I'll be
I'm just
invited
kidding.
back.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what
Like
they're
I
doing. They
said,
haven't
there's
announced a ton
no-
of stuff yet, right?
Yeah, they haven't announced a ton of
And
stuff.
now it's 2 months away. So I don't know. Like, it's
know.
almost seems like, and like Gary's not pushing it. I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Right. Yeah,
There's like no speakers you ever heard of. I don't know.
I know. Like I don't know if I'll go. Like I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
don't if
know.
I'll go.
I know. It's because LA's a pain in the ass. That's how I felt
know.
about New York. If it was in Tampa, be easy. I'll go. Whatever. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
like,
I love Tampa. Yeah.
yeah, Tampa's good.
I mean, Swicky and Newbie are in LA, so
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
that would be a big seller for me to go see
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I hear that.
All right. Well, I guess that is it for this
Yeah.
episode, right?
Yeah, no, it was great. It was good stuff. Good recap. I'm glad we put down consensus. If I ever want to listen to it in the future and remember how good of a time I had, we can pop this episode on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm glad we went to consensus. Like we hadn't
me
ever
too.
been, so that's a good
Yeah.
experience.
You remember we had Jen Facino on and said this was back in like January, February, and if you could go to one conference, what would it be? And she said consensus, and that was one of the main reasons I went. So I'm really glad
And
about
one of the main reasons I went was because you went,
that. Yeah,
and because
Yeah.
it's in the same state that I live.
right. You could just drive over.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But if you wouldn't have gone, I don't know if I would have gone.
Okay.
So
Well, I'm glad you came. I'm glad we did, especially the mothership. I'm really glad that was such a good experience for you.
yeah,
That makes me happy. Yeah, cool.
let's go. All right. So yeah, thank you folks for tuning in to this episode of the NFT Catcher podcast, listening to our recap of consensus. We will catch you in the next episode. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.